The year 763 BC, Jonah, a reluctant prophet, flees from God on a ship bound for Tarshish. But a fierce storm arises, threatening to capsize their vessel. The sailors, fearing for their lives, throw Jonah overboard. And just as he's swallowed by the churning waters, a giant fish opens its mouth wide and devours him whole. What seems to be the end for Jonah is actually only the beginning. Join us as we bring this Bible story to life through the power of cinema. See? This isn't any ordinary fish. It's a huge sea monster, a mythological creature so massive it can swallow a human whole. And Jonah finds himself trapped inside its colossal belly. As the credits roll, we're shown an ancient map of Nineveh, indicating the vast distance Jonah has yet to travel. Suddenly, the fish flops back down into the sea, creating a giant splash and knocking Jonah out cold. He awakens only to find himself lying on a beach. Miraculously, the fish has disgorged him onto dry land, and we see Jonah stumble to his feet, weak but alive. But why did God send such a huge fish to swallow Jonah? And what does this story mean for us today? Let's go back to the beginning. Jonah is a Hebrew prophet who receives a divine mission from God to travel to the great city of Nineveh and warn its people of their wickedness. But instead of obeying God's command, Jonah decides to run away. He flees in the opposite direction, boarding a ship that's sailing to the far-off land of Tarshish. Meanwhile, the captain of the ship is busy navigating, using an ancient compass. This device was used not only to determine direction, but also to align oneself with the cosmos, ensuring a safe and successful journey. But as the ship sails further away from Nineveh, a violent storm suddenly appears, threatening to destroy their vessel. The sailors huddle together, desperately seeking shelter from the wind and rain. But their fear quickly turns to panic when they realize that their small boat is no match for the raging sea. With the ship in peril, the sailors turn to Jonah, believing he must have angered the gods to bring such misfortune upon them. They demand he be thrown overboard so they can appease the gods and save themselves. And though Jonah tries to convince them that God is in control of the situation, they refuse to listen and drag him to the edge of the boat. As the waves crash around him, Jonah closes his eyes in preparation for the icy waters to engulf him. But just before he's plunged into the sea, a gigantic fish leaps out of the water and swallows him whole. Inside the fish, Jonah prays fervently to God, confessing his disobedience and begging for mercy. And wouldn't you know it, God causes the fish to vomit him out on the beach. Shaken but unharmed, Jonah finally understands the error of his ways. This story teaches us that no matter how far we run or how much we try to hide, God's love and mercy will always pursue us. Even when we face the consequences of our actions, we can take comfort in knowing that God forgives us and has a plan to help us make things right. So if you've ever felt lost, broken, or far from God's love, remember that nothing can separate you from God's love, not even a giant fish. God is always there, waiting for us to return to Him, so He can guide us back to the path of righteousness. We hope you enjoyed this cinematic retelling of the Bible story about Jonah and the great fish. Remember, God's love and mercy are greater than any obstacle we may face in life. If you liked this video, don't forget to subscribe for more animated Bible stories. Until next time, may God bless you and keep you in His loving care. Jonah runs away from God. He flees to the city of Nineveh. Aboard a ship bound for Tarshish, the exact opposite direction, Jonah refuses to listen. He disobeys God's command to preach to the wicked people of Nineveh. Instead, he runs away, hiding on a ship going to Tarshish, a major trading port. Suddenly, a terrible storm appears, endangering the ship. Sailors huddle together, terrified as their vessel begins to crack. Seeking shelter, they grab onto masts and ropes. The sailors believe Jonah has angered the gods and demand he be thrown into the sea. Despite the turbulent waters, a large fish surfaces, ready to devour its prey. Just as the fish opens its mouth, Jonah is plunged into the sea. The fish quickly swallows him whole. Inside the fish, Jonah prays to God, confessing his disobedience. He repents of his actions and asks for forgiveness. After 3 days and nights, the fish vomits Jonah onto a beach. Shaken but alive, Jonah finally heeds God's call. He journeys to Nineveh and warns its people of their wickedness. This time, Jonah obeys God's command and delivers his message. The people of Nineveh repent of their sins, and God forgives them. Jonah learns an important lesson about obedience and God's mercy. He discovers that no matter how far he runs or how much he tries to hide, God's love and mercy will always find him. Jonah's story reminds us that God's love and mercy are greater than any obstacle we may face in life. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up and share it with your friends. Don't forget to subscribe so you never miss out on new videos. Thanks for watching.